Thank you. By August of this year, it will be 31 years since I first started volunteering to help the homeless. As a first year at Hastings in the Tenderloin, we have a GAP program, General Assistance Advocacy Project, the first student formed and run homeless advocacy project run by our law school in the nation. So I'm not new to this issue. We, living in the Tenderloin, we lived among the homeless. And then I worked in LA, so again, exposed to homeless issues there. And then here 30 years in Santa Ana, off and on, working with the county. So the homeless has been a part of a landscape out here for as long as I have been working. So now, why do I bring that up? I bring that up because when we talk about what the county has done, or this board in particular, and how inhumane we are, how uncaring we are, it is not my practice to engage people when they make public comments. But my concern is if the public, when they flip through the channels and they happen to stumble on Channel 3, and they keep hearing this, the mantra being repeated day after day, meeting after meeting, at some point, without some kind of retort from us, it will become fact. It will become accepted as just the way we are. And so it brings up two issues in my mind. One is that we, as a county, we have not done enough to let the public know that the work that is being done by many of the nonprofits in the community, a lot of that work was done at our behest through our contracts. They are doing this, providing these services as our partner. And so when we go forward, colleagues, we're going to be talking item number 40 later, has to do with CPM, the procurement manual. I will ask you to keep this in mind when we talk about that item, because up until now, we have never requested that our vendors, our community partners, inform the public that when they provide a service for the homeless or out in the community, and they're doing it using our money, that they are in fact a partner with the county. And the county should be part of that branding, of that notice to the community that we are there, we are doing things. And this is not just us leaving it up to the nonprofit community, because I think a lot of times that's the misperception out there, is that it's the nonprofit community that's doing all the work. Yes, they are doing a lot of the work, but a lot of the work is also done because we have given them a policy direction and the funding to do so. And it's time that we get that, some of that credit. And the second thing is, when people come here and talk about the county, there is a misperception perhaps, or maybe it's an intentional misdirection by these people, that we don't have really control over the cities. And I know other members on this board have been saying this for a long time, but it bears repeating. There's only so much we can do. Speaking from my experience, in my district, I have Santa Ana, Garden Grove, Westminster, and part of Fountain Valley. All I have is about 6,000 people in a little pocket called Midway City. That's it. Maybe 6,000 people out of 750,000 people that I have control over. So I can't go into my cities and say, hey, designate this land to be used for homeless shelter. It is up to the city, or even affordable housing. We can provide maybe some partnership, some funding, but it's up to the cities and the nonprofits to be able to work together, bring proposals to us. So I'm asking for the people that come up here and say that we need to do more. I would like those people to present proposals to us. Do the legwork, contact cities, find some location, some potential projects. Look at Powder's Lane. They came to me a year ago in Midway City. I love the idea is permanent housing for our veteran homeless. And guess what? In a year, built from scratch, done. We had the grand opening a month ago. You see, that's how you get things done. Don't just come up here and lay blame and cite wrong data and make accusations. I would like the public, and especially those who come up here to speak representing organizations, that you are responsible in what you say. Do the homework, make sure you cite the fact correctly, and then take it one step further. Come up with a proposal, something that we can do. And I'll bet you will get support from this board. So I'm wholly supportive of this project, and I think the whole concept of the multi-service center that we have with Kraemer is the way to go. And it is the right vehicle to get people to transition from homelessness to transitional housing and then ultimately to permanent housing. Thank you.
Thank you. I want to thank our staff who's been working very hard to make sure that we are at least opening up for 100 beds, and by next month that we're supposed to open this site for full service by end of next year, but they are moving forward, so I really appreciate that. We already have a motion made by Supervisor Spitzer and seconded by Supervisor Nelson. Any objections? No? This item's been passed. Let's go back.